avail. Coming up, Tyson's femme fatale, Robin Givens.
Made the man crazy. She didn't love him, she loved his money.
We're counting down the top 5 reasons you can't blame Mike Tyson for losing to Buster Douglas.
Welcome back. Now that we've presented some salient points for you to ponder, we'll begin our countdown with reason number 5.
The death of legendary trainer Cus D'Amato. Tyson never recovered from the loss of his mentor, in or out of the ring.
If Cus D'Amato had lived, I believe that Mike Tyson would have remained as heavyweight champion of the world.
Cus D'Amato became a father figure to Mike Tyson.
D'Amato, who had made world champions of Floyd Patterson and Jose Torres, not only converted the volatile street-tough Brooklyn kid into a devastating fighting machine, he took him out of a reform school and made him one of his own.
He had a great teacher in Cus D'Amato, and that really wasn't fair to a lot of other fighters.
Mike Tyson was programmed from the beginning, and Cus's way of training a fighter was to teach him to throw punches in certain sequences, and it worked very, very well.
By channeling this guy's intensity and finding a vehicle, a way to take that intensity and to take that power, Cus D'Amato created a great champion.
Just 8 months after Tyson's professional debut, D'Amato succumbed to pneumonia in November of 1985. A year later, Tyson knocked out Trevor Berbick to become heavyweight champion. But mixed with the glory was the memory of a loss that would deepen with time.
When Cus died, you can't underestimate what that did to Tyson's life.
That was probably his only father figure. And things went haywire after that.
After his mentor's death, Tyson wavered from D'Amato's old-school principles. He was sued 4 times and had numerous run-ins with law enforcement, often for violent behavior.
I don't think Mike Tyson ever trained again. Went through the motions, got sweaty, and I think that's entirely traceable to Cus D'Amato being gone.
And Tyson was just another poor soul out there trying to perform, and he couldn't, because Tyson was only as good as the program that created him.
Then you saw a real downhill spiral in Mike's ring style.
He has stopped being the scientific fighter that Cus D'Amato raised. He has become a headhunter. And that set him up for Buster Douglas.
Oh, Tyson nailed! There goes Tyson!
Mike Tyson would have competed at a higher level and wouldn't have had some of the crazy out-of-the-ring personal problems that he had.
He never recovered from Buster Douglas. He never recovered from the death of Cus D'Amato. That's what he never recovered from.
Are we starting to change your thinking? Maybe reason number 4 will help.
Robin Givens. She was to Tyson what Delilah was to Samson.
There is no question that you can blame Robin Givens for everything that happened.
He was a puppy dog around her in public. What he was like around her in private may be another matter.
In February of 1988, Tyson and his actress girlfriend were married. Almost immediately, the changes to Iron Mike's demeanor were visible to members of the media.
I went to watch Mike train, and he came out of the shower and started toweling himself off. And I was talking with Robin at that point, and she interrupted the interview and just turned and said, "Michael, that shower was much too short. Get back in there." And Tyson, who is this fearsome guy, the baddest man on the planet, tucked his head down, turned around, and went back in the shower and stayed in for about 20 more minutes.
We used to call Ruth Roper, who was the mother, the Dragon Lady, and we used to call Robin Dragonette. Because everything was a plot.
Tyson's former co-managers had set up an irrevocable trust for Mike.
And if he never fought again, he would, in his later life, be taken care of. One of the first things that Robin and her mother did was to break into and get control of that annuity. They had to have wanted it pretty badly because there was definitely physical abuse going on.
Just 8 months after the wedding, Givens sued for divorce. Although the marriage was dissolved a year before the Douglas bout, Tyson still felt the impact.
Here's this woman that he truly loved, and all of a sudden found out that she was just a gold digger.
She didn't love him, she loved his money. So if you want to blame Robin Givens for making Mike Tyson lose the fight, you go ahead.
She was a diversion. He wasn't focused on boxing like he was prior to Robin Givens. And that's one of the reasons why Robin Givens can be blamed for Mike Tyson's demise when it comes to Buster Douglas.
Coming up on our countdown, Tyson's empty corner.
The corner was a mess. It was doing worse than Tyson, if possible.
We're counting down the top 5 reasons you can't blame Mike Tyson for losing to Buster Douglas.
Welcome back. If the first 2 reasons didn't move you, maybe number 3 will.
Tyson's inexperienced cornermen.
I think you blame Tyson's corner a lot more than you blame Mike Tyson.
The corner was a mess. It was doing worse than Tyson, if possible.
Under trainer Kevin Rooney, a former pro welterweight and stablemate, Tyson racked up 35 straight victories. Ditching Rooney would have far-reaching effects on Tyson in his preparation and in his corner during fights.
Jay Bright, Aaron Snowell, nice people, but not the kind of people who train heavyweight champion boxers.
He went in and his corner was unprepared, and he was unprepared.
Oh, big right hand landed that time. Look at that swelling of the left eye of Mike.
Winning 33 of his 37 fights by knockout, Tyson went more than 5 rounds just 7 times. When he didn't pull off an early KO, Tyson didn't have a savvy boxing mind to guide him as the fight wore on.
An experienced cornerman would have said, hey, Mike, you need to step to your right, you need to cut off the ring, you need to get him in a corner. They just kept saying, go after him, Mike, go after him, Mike, and that wasn't really much instruction.
He was getting hit with almost every jab that Douglas threw, and that's because he wasn't using head movement as he was coming in. That would have been something certainly they should have harped on.
As Buster Douglas scores 2 nice straight left jabs in the face.
Poor old Mike was getting the bejesus beaten out of him. He had nobody to fall back on, nobody to listen to, and nobody to even ice down his swollen eyes. It was pathetic.
So inexperienced was his corner that when Tyson's left eye started to swell after the 5th round, his handlers were not equipped to effectively treat it.
They're trying to treat Tyson's swollen eyes with what appeared to be a prophylactic filled with ice.